All right, welcome on in everyone to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. And today we take a look at Black Warrior Council number 6 out of Alabama. This council was originally formed in 1922 when it was chartered, and we've got a number of variants on the first issue. Originally, the first issue was broken into variants of A and B, so we have a T1A and T1B. In more recent collecting guides, they have merged that to a single T1. And then we have some of the next issues as well. All look very similar, and so we'd like to help everyone with identification for these. So we're going to start on the patch table with the T1A with its red border, yellow background, red letters, blue V's, and it's talking about these being blue V's. In later issues, those will be solid triangles. Blue V's in the foreground. Background shade does vary. The differences and variance between T1A and T1B are going to come down to the Central Indian as well. Taking a look at the back here, this one happens to have a plastic back for the T1A. See if we can fit here on the bottom the T1B. T1B defined with its red border, yellow background, red letters, again blue V's in the foreground. And we're noted that the Indian at the center is now a thin Indian. So when we look at a comparison between the T1A and the T1B, we have the thick Indian was the T1A and the thin Indian was the T1B. Nowadays, again, in current collecting guides, they would just label both of these as T1s. The V's are going to give you a hint that they are either a T1A or B, because the next patch that was issued was the T2. It is the same design as the T1s, except now we have filled in these triangles. These are no longer V's, those are solid triangles. We can also differentiate the T2 from later issues because it does not have a fleur-de-lis, which then gets added in the T3s. So there's only one variation, even in the older collecting guides. These are all just T2s, and those have the solid blue triangles. Take a look at the back here. Again, also plastic back on the T2. I don't remember if we looked at the back for the T1B. I don't think that we did. But just showing those together, T1A, T1B, both that same style plastic back. Sorry for skipping over that. Then we moved to the T3s. T3s also had thick and thin Indians, so there was T3A and T3B. Those have also been merged now. T3s are defined with solid triangles here in the foreground, as well as a blue fleur-de-lis is now added to the patch. This one has what we believe to be the thinner of the Indians, so that would be a T3B. We don't happen to have in our collection a T3A, which had the thicker Indian. But again, with the fleur-de-lis here and the solid triangles, this is not going to be confused at all with the first issue T1s, either A or B. We'll finish this video out putting back up the two first variations, and that is the T1A with the thicker Indian and the T1B. I guess this is the after winter Indian. You know, times have been lean for that year, so we get a thinner Indian. And those are the first issues for Black Warrior Council number 6 out of Alabama. Do hope you have enjoyed this video, at least found the identification components here for the first issue to be somewhat interesting, potentially entertaining, and at least informative. We'll be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP. We hope to see you back here for that. New episodes every single day. Remember, all of our past episodes, if there's anything you'd like to catch up on or maybe haven't seen, are available to you 24/7 on the YouTube channel, and we have a host of playlists for segments of previous videos. Should you want to focus on pre-1970 pre-CSPs, we have a playlist for that. If you'd like to see CSPs that have known reproductions, you want to make sure that you get the genuine, authentic article, we have a playlist for that. And we also have a playlist of all our Sunday specials, which are kind of associated content, but not particularly for CSPs. You can check out those past episodes as well. Until tomorrow, I want to thank you all for your support and stopping in today. We'll be back again in the morning. Hope to see you then. Have a great rest of your day.